Good evening and welcome to this special event and celebration for National Poetry Month. My name is Mariah Adu, and I'm the Cultural Programming Manager for the Dayton Metro Libraries. Whether you're a longtime lover of verse or new to the world of poetry, tonight will offer a chance to explore and be inspired by words. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this journey. And I would like to now introduce to the stage Dr. Lee Matthews Carter, who will be introducing our poet for the evening.
Good evening, everyone. A discovery of world-acclaimed poetess Nikki Giovanni in 1972. Since then, he has made a lasting impression in the world of poetry. He has received numerous literary consciousness awards. His books are in libraries across the United States. A native of Dayton, Ohio, Matthews has often been referred to as the next Paul Laurence Dunbar. His Evening on Broadway poetic production has toured over 300 colleges and universities in 21 states, which started in 1973. In 2010, Barnes & Noble's quoted the value of his book to be $202 for an autographed copy of Matthews' first publication, The Feel of Feeling. In 1976, Vintage Press, New York, New York. In October of 2022, he was recognized by the Ohioana Library, Columbus, Ohio, as one of the top authors of Ohio. In November of 2023, Matthews was asked by Voyage Ohio magazine, Los Angeles, California, to be a part of their popular Inspiring Story series for 2024. And he was just recognized on national television this past February 2025 during Black History Month for his 5 decades of literary accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, my dad, the poet David Matthews.
How's everybody feeling out there? So you feeling all right?
Yeah!
I can't hear you. Ted, give me a little bit more music, please. Yeah, I got to feel it. Look here. The Father woke you up this morning. So I'm going to ask you again. How's everybody feeling out there? So you feeling all right? That's more like it. Now I want you to know, this particular show is getting dedicated to my mentor and friend for over 50 years, the queen of black poetry, Nikki Giovanni. Now I feel go ahead, go and give us a applause. Now I feel she's sitting right out there with you. She's waiting to see what you show me, what I'm going to do for you. Now everything you hear tonight, I want you to know was some of the best poetry of mine that she liked. See, I had that ability to be able to call her up sometime and say, would you like to listen to this? And what I was listening for is at the very end, she would say, I like that. Do that again. So every time you hear these poems, and you see these poems in this book poetry class, these are the ones she liked. So I'm hoping she likes them too. Now I need some help. Now I want to do this poem, lady. You know, it's the only one I ever do that's not mine. This is Quincy Jones' poem. It was on the Quincy Jones album. Back in 1975, his Mental Madness album. The group was called The Last Prophet, and they did this poem called Beautiful Black Girl. Now the reason I do it, because I don't know another poem that states the rumor, the power of a black woman. So we're going to do our own version of it, but I'm going to need your help. Is that okay? Maybe y'all could, what you think, Lee? Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
He need love too.
I do. Me too. I need a beautiful black sister just like you, who is so aware.
Aware.
And let me show you that I care. Touch your warm, ebony skin. Be your lifetime friend. Guide my fingers through your natural hair. Give you love beyond compare because, shucks, girl,
Oh.
I love it. I mean, more than a bee loves honey.
More.
More than a mouse that loves money.
More.
More than a junkie loves dope.
More.
More than corn cob loves stuff.
Oh.
You know that old girl. You know that old girl. You know she loves stuff. But more than all these, I love you, black girl. And I mean it from the basement of my heart to the balcony of my mind. So take a little bit of my love. You see, you're my dream,
My dream.
my self-control,
My self-control.
my heart and soul,
My heart and soul.
stomach quick,
Uh.
my mind is blown.
It's
Each time I imagine I would leave you alone. Listen closely.
Listen closely.
I said, listen closely.
Listen closely.
Can't you hear my heart? My heart. My heart.
Pounding and pounding, sounding 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 and pounding.
It's love to my dream. And if they scream to hold you close, we give you an overdose of love. Beautiful black girl, please tell me you be mine. Once again, take a little bit of my love. See, I truly believe
Truly.
I said, I truly believe I truly believe. Feel so bad, black girl. You've done so much. I'm really good to take care of your feet, take care of the mat. And when time comes to leave, you would want to boss. So I truly believe if you wanted to,
If you wanted
if you
to.
wanted to,
If you wanted
if you wanted
to.
to, you're so bad, you can catch, you can catch, you can catch. Dog. You can catch. Dog. You so bad, you can catch. star. You can catch star. I do that poem because when I hear some of the rappers today, I hear them saying, she's my B. I even hear her say, I'm his B. And if he calling you his B, and you saying you his B, then you need to be gone. I think I better say that again. What do you think?
Yeah, say it again.
I said, if he's calling you his B, and you saying you his B, you need to be gone. Okay? Gone far. There we go. This next piece. Now you see, I'm a waiter for the Lord, so I'm just here to feed you food, nourishment, hoping that you're hungry. Okay? Now, this piece here, it's called Time Brings About Change. And I see my very good friend Bean Davis back there. And you see this painting on stage. The painting was dedicated to me and Paul Laurence Dunbar back in 1980. And it's for Paul Laurence Dunbar's poem, We Wear the Mask. It's for my poem, Time Brings About a Change. Please go back and read Paul Laurence Dunbar's poem, We Wear the Mask. Then come back, get my book, Poetry Classics, and read the poem Time Brings About a Change. You'll see they're in two different time periods, but they're basically talking about the same thing, just doing it a different way, okay? So in my performances, I have to perform my poetry to bring it to life. So we want to bring this poem to life for you. And I remember the first time we did this, Lee, you know what we did? We were up in Bean Davis's living room doing it for him and his wife for the very first time before we took it on stage. And then once we did it for them, we took it all over the world. So now we get ready to do it for you. Time brings about a change. Time brings about a change. If you just happen to be sitting around with your ears open and your mind free, then gather the sounds of my words as they flow across my lips, gaining expressions through my voice. I said, if you just happen to be sitting around with your ears open and your mind free, then gather the sounds of my words as they flow across my lips, gaining expressions through my voice. You know, at a certain point in time, one learns to grow tired without exerting energy and grow old without pain. On occasion, I found myself awakened by one of the prowlers of the night.
What?
Like maybe at 3 a.m., the neighbor's dog felt this was a good time to be clumsy and careless and knocked over my car. Disturbed by the noise, roused out of the dream I'll probably never be able to get back to. I suddenly found myself wide awake. So,
Wine at 3 a.m.?
remember upon opening the door, that I drank the last of it during yesterday's board. I guess I'll have to settle for warrants. Yeah.
Good, it's better for you.
I gathered myself up and walked back upstairs to end up gazing out the window, finding myself at this window so many times I know a relief on the neighbor's tree above me, as if together they revealed an open book history of my past and present life. You see, I have many friends,
Friends?
yet more often than I would like, I'm alone.
Some friends you got there.
But you see, I'm a loving person with a warm heart, and yet my bed has been empty for weeks.
Sheesh. Yeah. It's okay, take your time.
And I'm beginning to wonder.
We are too.
I'm beginning to wonder if what seems to worry me really does matter. Or if love with life or life with love is really all that is cracked up. But when you're in love, laughing always occurs before crying. But the tears seem to linger while the smiles and reminiscences of past joy, they seem slowly pushed back into a corner to be covered by yesterday's silly, one-sided, no account art. Time brings it. But one becomes fed up or tired of the duplication of blue Mondays, sad Tuesdays, frantic Wednesdays, gloomy Thursdays, and rushed ain't worth a darn week. Time brings about change. But it always seems to rain on my side of the street. If I cross the street, if across the street, the rain only falls. It's like no matter how hard I try, I can't keep from getting wet. But I won't allow myself to be washed up or washed away. I said, I won't ever allow myself to be washed up or washed away. I mean, like, time brings about change. My change is all about self-endurance. Like catching my own falling star so that I might shine upon every morning as I gather warmth from the sun. Now it still may rain from time to time, I'm sure.
Be sure.
None of those raindrops will ever touch me.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm a new person.
New.
Full of upbeat time.
Upteeth time. How many is that? Is that like 10, 20, 100? Oh, okay.
But let me show you something. See, I'm back riding high in the south.
Hi.
I'm spreading joy.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
Good.
And I'm talking plenty.
Hey. What you about to say? Hey.
Duh.
Oh, okay. This is family function stuff.
I know. Time. It brings about a change. And I know. Oh, I know. Because time done brought about a change. Yeah. Me. there's always hope, y'all. Because time brings about a change. That was from my second book. And on that second book, there was a clock. It looked like it was at 12 o'clock, but the minute hand was about 5 seconds after, letting you know it had become a dawning of a new day. So if something becomes a dawning of a new day, so what you do is you leave in the past what was bad, and then you move on to the new good and the new day. Time bringing about a change. Let time bring about a change in your life as well. Okay? Now, this next piece is about a person that probably all of us know. It's that person in the neighborhood that grew up with us, that was very intelligent. They had the best skills. I remember this one guy, Lee. He was the best athlete on our street. I mean, he could play football, basketball, run track. I mean, he could do it all. I mean, yes, he did. And I asked him one day, I said, won't you play for the school? He said, man, why should I play for the school? I play better than anybody up there. I said, but what about you getting a scholarship or being able to get some endorsements and playing pro ball? Or, no, I ain't interested in that. What he was more interested in going to school was being in the streets. And the streets will mess you up. You can tell somebody that's been in the streets, their face is all beat up. I mean, they're 25 and they're looking like they're 55. So this poem has to do with the person that believes they should be in the streets. It's called The Educational Experience. Hey, yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, yeah. One kid down the street one day, I heard a man. Hey, yeah, yeah. An old black man. With a long white beard. Hey, yeah, yeah. And wrinkled hair. He said, hey, yeah, yeah. Come here, son. I want to tell you something. I've been seeing you come from that school for a long time now. But I ain't never seen you at the institute I was attending. I sat down in front of this old man, dimmed the lights, and raised the stage curtain in my mind. Retrieved me some buttered popcorn and turned up the volume controls in my ears, awaiting this man's performance. He began commentating as his eyes became a movie screen. I watched, then listened. He said, I've been going to school for tens of thousands a day. But I just got my degree the other day.
That's good.
For the degree I got, no one ever did.
Wow, impressive.
See, the school I attended is several blocks long. It's impregnated with many street corners. Everybody there was majoring in life, but hardly anyone got over. We had our drop-ins and our dropouts, hardly any friends. Hell, we all going down the same downhill road. You see, this book we all read was entitled The You of You, the Unseen of the Unknown. But this school is like any other school, just a larger enrollment. You see, our year-round football game was against mistake, and we occasionally won. And clubs, we had all kinds of clubs. The night ladies were the cheerleaders, but only cheered for a price. The pimps ran the school grapevine. The gossip column of the school newspaper was full of hustlers. The winos even had a chess club with a wine bottle enrollment fee. The student union was owned by the junkies, and our senior class president was the spitting image of the devil. I'm going to tell you something. go down to the counselor's office every once in a while to see Patty paranoid or Henry hang up. And on my way out the door, I would wave to Principal Stubborn. You see, the school was run by the students' motivation. The inside of the school was painted with the blues. The outside was painted in two shades of sorrows and heartaches. And on the flagpole hung a red flag painted with blood. You see, not one day did I play hooky from school.
That's good.
Come to me, Dad. Put on my suit, tie. I went through them commencement ceremonies, and I got my degree. Oh yeah, from the University of the Street.
The streets. Is that French? Like streets? Like they got an accent somewhere? Streets.
I said,
Uh-huh.
I got my degree
Okay, I got you.
from the University
Yes.
of the Street. What my degree at? Yeah, stop, mommy. Don't play it that I ain't got nothing.
Okay.
I said I got my degree from the University of the Street.
The streets. He keeps saying street. Street age. What? What's wrong? They spelled your name wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong with it? Steel. Yeah.
Thank you. I would like to thank my daughter for I said, Lee, don't you think we different? We travel, we perform. Some people got lawyers and doctors and their families, we just entertain. And from 6 years old, that young lady sat on the basement steps listening to me rehearse. By 10 years old, we had her on the road with her. By the time she was 13, she was at Starving School of Performing Arts, taking theater, taking band, and we just incorporated that into our performance. And because she was doing that, her theater teacher let her travel on the road with me every February, and they didn't even count her absence from school because they thought that was on the job training. As a matter of fact, we may be the only father-daughter performing acting course team that I know. And we've been doing it for a very long time. I want to move on and get this other thing. There are many messages to bring, so I'm not going to stop. On this next one, whew, it's a little thick. You know, we live in some rough times right now. So, Terry, since this is a little thick, a little strong, why don't you give me a little spice or something and kind of ease it down for you. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Let me stir it up a little bit. See, this soup I got, it's real thick. If I don't stir it up, it ain't gonna go down too easy. I want it to go down real smooth. Y'all ready? Here we go. Observe. For if you open your eyes with me, you too could truly see. Today I decided to do more than just sit around on my behind and do nothing. I cleaned my eyes out and took a real good look at America. I looked through time and saw and heard what goes around comes around. What you must realize is the knee has been on our necks since the days of the pharaohs and the Hebrew slaves. But the slaves could only be held down so long before the Father opened up the Red But after so long, the Father sent another Moses and Harriet Tubman. She made over 300 trips back and forth, retrieving slaves from the South and bringing them north, over and over, again and again, reaching for something called freedom. See, the problem is simply this. America's loaded gun started backfiring. Black people started teaching themselves how to read. They soon became lawyers, doctors, scientists, inventors, journalists, actors, writers, pro athletes, musicians. We even became presidents. We have become everything American. But when the Constitution talks about we, the people, they are not talking about me. I said we have become everything American. But when the Constitution talks about we, the people, they ain't talking about me. Observe it. If you open your eyes with me, you too could truly see. Then came the KKK, the building of more prisons, welfare, broken families. Then America got us hooked on drugs, got us selling drugs, going to prison for drugs, doing prescription drugs, and other legalized drugs. America feels threatened that a black America might take over leadership from them, taking this land from them that they stole, raped, killed, or from the American Indians, the American Native Americans, and then called it their own. Oh my goodness. Big Brother, with his all-seeing eye everywhere, did not realize he also was going to be caught on the global camera of life, with the blood of death all over his face. You see, the injustice in America with George Floyd was so foul that the mere stench of it blew a funky smell across the world. I said the injustice in America with George Floyd was so foul that it blew a mere stink, a funky smell across the world. There is something different this time. Not like the 60s when the blacks took to the streets against America. This time you have been so bluntly unjust that the world has taken to the streets. Don't you hear me? I said observing. For if you open your eyes with me, you too could truly see. Why did everyone get so scared of COVID-19? You see, there has always been disasters of some sort throughout time. And we have returned stronger, more aware, and more human. At no time had everyone perished. You see, the Father's rod and staff comfort you all the days of your life. Not just on the weekend, not just during certain times during the week. All the day of your life. Observe it. For if you just open your eyes with me, you too could truly see. See, I don't know why number 4547 said there's no global warming, when there is no such thing anymore as hurricane season or tornado season. Disasters come at will. Fall now stays longer. Winter is trying to disappear in some places. Spring comes whenever it feels like it. And summers are getting shorter. see, every time they send one of those spaceships up into the atmosphere, it destroys the ozone. But America, they don't care. They already got a spaceship. Already got a space station where they can go to. They ain't on space station. They better watch it though, because the last people they sent up supposed to be up there 9 days, end up 9 months. You see, observe. For if you open your eyes with me, you too could truly see. You see, I don't even like on like this. But I must tell the truth. The near being blessed, the eyes I have, it is my duty to allow you to see through me what is truly real. I don't think you heard, I'm saying I said I don't even like on like this. But I must tell the truth. I really blessed with the eyes I have. It is my duty to allow you to see through me what is truly real. Observe. When you open your eyes with me, we too can truly see, see, see. It's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be a It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. Seems like a terrible situation, but there's always hope. There's hope as long as your faith is stronger than your fear. I don't think you heard what they said. I said, no need to be worried about anything as long as your faith is stronger than your fear. Now, that same spirit that breathed air into each one of us, giving us life, is still there. That spirit is inside you. You just got to call on it. Now, in this poem, I want you to see there is hope. So whenever you're feeling down, you go grab my book, Poetry Classics. And again, this is another one that Nikki loved. All right? And you read this poem called I Have Not Yet Died Within. Say you, yes, you of silence until the music appears like a whisper coming through an old, cracked window. The room is surrounded with smoke, pleasant to the smell of any nose. No sunlight is forever present, for I prefer the dark. Suddenly, without any pre-introduction, myself crawls outside itself, and I become one large, massive form of thought. Thoughts I thought before and still have no answers, and thoughts I never thought, or even think I'd be thinking. For a moment, mind me just a moment. I feel like my thoughts in this room of its corners and all are a very small yet a very large world all of its own. I formed a bridge amongst the clouds of smoke so I may lay upon it my still yet unanswered questions of life. And in a moment where time has no essence, if I'm depressed, I try to think of joyful things. I might even imagine being in the shower, feeling the cool, clear water bounce off my face and flowing between and across my face. Or running through a wide open field with nothing in front of me but my next step. Or flying high like a bird over the seven seas without a care in the world. And then I think about who I am compared to the person I want to become. And I got to think about that for a moment to see if I'm pleased or disappointed or both. But in any respect, I got to take a good look, a good long look, until I can come up with a feeling about my past for which there could be no change, only regrets accepted or rejected. And then I evaluate my present, which stands before me as now. I weigh the two of behind and now, and from the outcome, I become aware of just how hard I must extend myself to even have a future, to give me the peace of mind I have not yet found, though I'll be forever searching, searching here, searching there, forever searching, looking for peace of mind. that I feel proud, if not better. For I have not yet died with thee. I have not yet died. I have not yet died. Because my faith is so much stronger than my fear. I have not yet died. We did it. We did it. We did it. Y'all still with me? Anybody learning anything? I'm trying to feed you some food, nourishment. Nourishment for your soul, nourishment for your mind. Trying to do that. Be careful of what you say or do. Remember words and things. Be prudent of what you say. Mind your thoughts because somebody what? Wants your mind. Oh, you didn't hear me. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I can tell you didn't hear me. I said, mind your thoughts because somebody, mostly the devil, wants your mind. Don't let them have it, please. Now that we know that we can survive, now that we know that our faith is stronger than our fear, now we can love again. Now, if I can find my assistant, Mr. Tony Hodge, where is he at? Because this is the time that he gets to bring a special person up here on stage. Now, the person he's getting ready to bring on stage is a young lady that made it possible for my book to be inducted in this library. Go ahead and bring her on. There she is. You can't find her. Mariah, come on, give her a round of applause, please. I don't have to see sweetheart. Now, like I said, I first met Mariah. Our first goal was to get the book inducted in the library. And what was such a blessing is the same time I got the book inducted in the library here, it got inducted in the library in Hamilton County, which is Hamilton, Cincinnati County, which is beautiful. But I want to do this love poem for you and for all the other ladies out there in the audience. It's also in the book Poetry Classics. It's also one of Nikki's favorites. It's called Shocked. You know, like if I stuck my finger in a socket, I might get shocked. Okay. Y'all ready? You ready? Oh, she's all my head. Let me move this microphone down. One day, while minding my own business, I felt your eyes reach out and touch mine as you casually started checking me, checking you, checking me, checking you, checking me, checking you, checking you, checking me, checking you out. I became chilled and a little off balance, and I slowly looked around to see if those vibes were meant for me. But then your vibrations enclosed me so tight, I knew I was caught in your web, and I was enjoying being captured. I started thinking about you every 5 seconds, and never once thought about taking you to bed. And then I wondered, who is this person who has made me blind so I would not seduce them with my eyes, and has my soul wet from excitement. And a voice said, a lady whose mind has one elegant body. And a voice said, a lady whose mind has one elegant body. And I stood perfectly still and said, well, all right. Come on, y'all, show her some love. I want you to have those. Now, Mariah already has a book, and some of you may already have a book. But you see the new poem, The Word Violence Must Be Stopped, is not in the first one. This is the second edition of this book, and it's in the second edition of this book. So I want you to have that too. All right. Come on, give her another round of applause, please. All right. We can love again. There are pieces that touch everyone a little different. And this is kind of like my go-to piece. If somebody just pushed me out on stage and they said, you only get to do one poem, I would say probably I got to do this one then. Because when I did this one, Nikki said, you're going to have to read that 3 times. I like that. I wrote this poem back in 1973. I was on my way home from college on a break, coming down I-70, and I had to pull over because it was just pushing through me. That's when my poetry comes to me, it just hits me. I don't get the chance to write when I want to. The father says, right now. I said, right now? Right now. Okay. And I just grabbed the pen, and I got to get busy. Paper, tissue, whatever I can find, write on. I start writing. But I wrote this piece, and I told you, I started on the road back in 1973. It was discovered by Nikki Giovanni in 1972. And we did nothing but write letters and talk on the phone for the first year until we met in 73. And we met in 73. She came to Central State University for a convocation. She came with Dick Gregory, activist, and she had me open up with a poem I had just won a national award for, America Ain't You Got No Shame. So that was my first engagement in 1973, and I've done 300 plus since then. Go ahead. I mean, when you've been around 5 decades and still receiving awards, still producing material, it says something. It says something about longevity, keeping an audience out there that likes what you're doing. But my best memory of this poem is my daughter. Because you got to realize at 6 years old, she's sitting on the basement steps and she's listening. She wasn't born to 1990. All right, I'm on the road in 1973, so 1990, pop, here comes this baby. My wife was on birth control. That's when I said, pop, here comes this baby. But the father wanted her to be here. She has been truly a blessing to me. But when she was in college, she called me out of the clear blue one day and she said, Dad, I need you to do that poem for me, to feel the feeling. I said, really? She said, yeah. Now, I know she had heard that poem many times, but, you know, she wanted to hear it. And Lee always tells me this. He said, you ain't got but one child, so come on now, make some time. Man. Like you got 2 or 3 of them, you got to do that and then go to somebody else. I said, all right. So I did the poem for her. And after I did the poem, she said to me, now I know what that poem is talking about. I said, what? She said, now I know. That poem is talking about life And I've told people that I don't care where you've come from, what nationality you are, whether you're male or female. If you've been walking and breathing on this earth, you should understand this point. Accompany me, Terry. The feel of feeling life. You see, I've traveled from space to place and no one heard me move. Tiptoed down long dark hallways playing tag with my shadow and no one was awake but the rhythm of sound. I said I'm the feel of feeling. I see new shapes but I take on no form, yet there's no place I haven't yet been. I said I'm the feel of feeling. They say you don't know sorrow if you've never been hurt, and don't know joy if you've never been happy. And I've cried crocodile tears and then again laughed so hard that the earth shook beneath my feet. I said I'm the feel of feeling. Once I hitchhiked a ride from a passing butterfly on a mid-Sunday afternoon on his way to a rainstorm on a dreary, dreary, dreary Monday morning. I said I'm the feel of feeling. I never had the words to express my sorrow, but you could always see my grief. I said I'm the feel of feeling. Oh, I've been high, and at the same time I've been down. I've taken 2 steps forward, learning to take 4 steps back. I said I am the feel of feeling. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? I'm trying to tell you about myself. Neglected, rejected, kicked, bitter, shame, blamed, kissed, and even missed. I'm talking about the feel of feeling. Oh, I drank rot gut wines out of fancy bottles until the bottle began to just drink its way out of me. And slept on floors. Slept on floors when the bed was a part of my lifestyle. I said, I am the feel of feeling. I've been hungry with only water to drink. Lonely, dirty, and cold. And at the very same time, friendly and smiling. I said, I'm the feel of feeling. Have you been in touch with me? I said, have you been in touch with me? If your answer is no, it's only denial. For like the air you breathe, I've always been present, inside and out, around and through. I said, I am the feel of feeling. Don't you understand? I said, don't you understand? I'm also trying to tell you about yourself. You're all beautiful, glorious, ugly, sad, mad, glad, hurting, loving. I don't care. Caring specimens, that's right, that's you. You too, you are the feel of feeling. And if if you really, 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 really want to, you can make the trees wave when you pass. The river still, the forest sing, and with one kiss, you can turn day into night, night into day. On the inside, at times, I had too much pride, and then again, not enough at others. I'm talking about the feel of feel. You know, they say misery loves company. And I've been more than a friend, I've been his neighbor. On the inside, once again, I had been as small as an ant. And then at other times, as big as a mountain. I'm talking about the feel of feel. I say, good morning. I say, good evening. I say, good afternoon. But I never say good night or goodbye, for I'm always awake and forever present. Y'all don't understand. I'm talking about the feel of feel. And nobody knows the glory we see. And nobody knows the sorrow we feel. For like I've been trying to tell you, and you, and you. Oh, and you, and you, and you. And especially you. You are. I am. We together. We are the feel of feel. The feel of feel. Feel. Y'all still with me? I'm gonna get ready to go a little deeper. Y'all gonna be okay with that? This one, somebody said, come on with it. And you ain't scared, huh? Bring it. Hassani. I see my sister made it from Detroit. Yeah, snuck back in there. Yeah. And my nephew, yeah, appreciate them coming all the way down, doing that for me. But this is the first time they ever seen me perform, so this is really unique for them. They see me play with my band, but they never see me do my poetry. But I'm going to do this piece. This piece is, the reason this piece wasn't in the first book because it wasn't developed yet. The book came out last April. It's been out a year now. But in October, I got this feeling. It hit me hard. I started writing for 3 days. It was getting on my nerves because it wouldn't let me go. And I thought it was done. It was over with. Next thing I know, I was calling my son-in-law, getting him on the phone to my graphic designer because I said, you're going to have to make this a video. And I'm getting on the phone with Terry Harris, my tech man, and I'm saying, we need some music to this. We got to put this together. This has to be a video show. And that's what it became. Friday, just this past Friday. Young man downtown here in Dayton, Ohio, on Jefferson Street, is shot and killed. 18 years old. When I was 18 years old, I was getting ready to go to college on a basketball scholarship. 18 years old. And this stuff, it's got to stop. So let's begin to bring those lights down so that y'all can experience this with me. It's so powerful. I had to feed it to you like this. It's called the word violence must be stopped. Warning, 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 warning. The word violence must be stopped. Violence comes to destroy, damage, shut down, and remove life from existence. It demolishes the faith of peace in oneself. At all times, be aware of its annoying presence. Any encounter with it, step far away from it, not beside it, behind it, and definitely not in front of it. Somehow, some way, we have got to bring back the art of patience and enjoy life, or there will be no life left to enjoy. Somehow, some way, we have got to bring back the art of patience and enjoy life, or there will be no life left to live. You see, this word violence, it must be stopped. The meaning is destruction, and its whole idea is about killing, taking every breath from life. I wonder why. We have become so comfortable with violence that we don't mind sitting beside it or standing up for it. I don't believe anyone was born violent, but it is something a lot of us have become. We're just too relaxed with violence, being a part of our everyday lives. I'm telling y'all, this word violence, oh, it must be stopped. Numb from the random gunshots ringing out in neighborhoods day and night. But like a passing rainstorm, we pay it no attention. Pretending to hear nothing, rolling over, covering our heads and going back to sleep. Hoping it was just firing off old firecrackers once again. You see, most people are so glad it didn't happen to them. It's easier to just move on with their lives as if nothing happened. I'm telling y'all, this word violence, oh, it must be stopped. Before it kills us all, then there will be nothing left but the evidence of destruction. If necessary, change shirts often to keep your feelings off your sleeve. I said, if necessary, change shirts often to keep your feelings off your sleeve. Oh, this word violence, it must be stopped. For it has taken all our safe places away. Preschool, elementary school, high school, colleges, universities, churches, places of worship and fellowship, neighborhood stores, fast food places, fancy restaurants, movie theaters, on the highway, off the highway, in the streets, at the park, all not safe. We have let violence move not only into our lives, but inside our homes and hearts. The time is overdue. We must evict violence from our surroundings. We have got to slow down and develop our patience. And we must realize Only with the Father's help and our faith will mankind continue to exist. Take a step back. Take a moment. Take time to gather yourself before spinning out of control. Exit violence in your life and accept peace so that there will be life. Put your foot on anger and keep it there. Leave pride, ego, and jealousy at home in the closet before you leave the house. And just before you go out the door, remember always to take your angels with you. Warning, 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 warning. The word violence must be stopped. Must be stopped. Must be stopped.
Ladies and gentlemen, my husband, the poet, David Matthews. Give him a huge hand. I need to see everybody clapping here.
Oh my goodness. Did you learn something tonight? Find something for your soul? Well, I tell you what, won't everybody stand up and give yourself a round of applause because you've been one hell of an audience. Go ahead. Sit there and listen to me. I see fellow poets in the house. Love y'all, because y'all the ones that keep it going. I done did 5 decades. I don't mean how many more decades I got left. So, I got to pick up where I left off and keep this thing rolling. I appreciate y'all so much. I want to introduce this lady myself because this is my friend, my business partner, and my wife. If you want to book me, you got to go through her. And she ain't easy, okay? But we're a team. She's also a poet, a writer. She's got one of her books is getting ready to become a sitcom. We got people in California looking at it and they like it. Other people that's interested. It's just a matter of them working our deal when it comes. So be on the lookout for that. I'm sorry that this poem is not in the first edition of this book. And if you want a copy of it, you have to go over there and buy a copy from my cousin over there. And so you'll have that one as well. It also has some other pictures in the back that the first one didn't have. Some pictures of me and Nikki Giovanni back in 1973 when we first met. Other pictures of us in 2006 when she was here. And the last picture of us when we were in Washington, D.C. together. We were in Washington, D.C. together. And that was for her documentary, Going to Mars. And I have to thank my wife for making sure that I was there to be with her. If you know anything about Nikki, she did not, she liked to just write letters and talk to you on the phone. When the email came out and text, she didn't like that at all. She said, don't text me, don't email me. And, but my wife was fortunate toward the end. She did send some texts. One of the texts was that she loved this book. Of course, she put most of the stuff in there she loved. But she also let my wife know that her illness was getting a little worse. And she probably wasn't going to be with us much longer. But I had 50 years, 5 decades with her to be able to call her on the phone and talk to her and not be able to do that anymore. Not by the phone, but spiritually I can still talk to her. But my wife, I want you to go ahead and introduce the rest of our staff.
Thank you for this.
I think we got about 10 minutes.
I barely have 10, but I live with you, so I know what it's about. So far, so pleased to be able to be a part of this presentation and to have the kind of staff that we have tirelessly working with David
Terry Harris. He's our video and sound engineer. Anthony Hodge, our tech assistant. Kenny Wilkinson, our photographer. Lazarus Oliver, new to our staff, he's a videographer. Gerald Carter, website graphic design. Bob Reed stays with us, DATV, make sure that we're on spot on. Brenda and Dale Smith, who are our productions assistants. Anthony Adams, our new production staff.